Where's this channel going? What's going on with my flight training? And why am I uploading videos so slowly? Let's talk about it. Hello my friends, welcome back to Late Departure. I'm Adam. This is my journey to becoming a commercial pilot, and to do that I need to fly a lot and study hard and really be a diligent pilot, and that's what I'm trying my best to do here. And I wanted to talk about a few of the things that have been going on with the channel, and also just sort of some future directions, because I know a lot of you have been asking me to do certain videos and things like that. So I want to first start off with the amount of videos I'm uploading. So as a lot of you probably know, for a while there I was uploading videos almost every day, and that was before I started my flight training. So before that I was studying for my private pilot's exam, and I was studying for my P-STAR and getting all the medical exam stuff all done and out of the way, and that took a lot of time, but it still gave me enough time to talk about all the schools I was visiting and do a little comparison. A lot of course was for myself, because I was trying to find the best school for me, but I was also really happy to hear that it helped a lot of other people. However, now that I've actually started training, I'm flying every single day. I'm really going hardcore right now, and that it includes, of course, the 2 hours at least that I'm spending at the flight school, preparing for the flights, going out, doing the practice, doing all the paperwork that's involved with flying. And also I have a big commute, so I'm commuting every day to Pitt Meadows, which takes at least 2 hours out of the day. So I actually was unlucky twice this week, and there were car accidents on the way back home, not involving me of course, but just so happened that people had crashed, so it took me a long time to get back. And of course, this is something a lot of people, even some of you, were talking with me about the commute. Be careful with the commute. If you go somewhere like Pitt Meadows that's really far, it could take a lot of time, and it does take a lot of time. And I really highly encourage all of you to consider that when you're choosing your flight school. However, like I said, I really wanted to study with Ken, the instructor that I'm with. And so for me, it still is, it's very much worth that drive, because he's an amazing instructor and we get along very well, and I'm having a lot of fun with my flight lessons and learning a lot at the same time. Now, in addition to flying every single day, I also had the recent flood in my apartment, which has been taking so much time. I've had to bring in contractors, and dealing with insurance and all that kind of stuff has really taken a lot of time, and it's made me and also my wife both really far behind schedule, which is really unfortunate. So even some of the videos I'm doing now are a few days late, and I'm not really happy about that, but that's just the way it is, you know, life, things happen, and you just got to deal with them the best that you can and move on and just do your best all the time. And that's what I'm doing right now. That being said, with the flying every day and dealing with the apartment flood, I won't be able to upload videos as often. I'm hoping to upload at least twice a week, so with some lessons that I'm currently doing. And that's something that I look forward to doing until I finish my private pilot's test, and even after that, when I start my commercial, I'm looking forward to hopefully flying every single day. Maybe I'll be able to finish my commercial and all of my ratings stuff this year, we'll see, but I'm going to try my best to make that happen. So all that being said, a lot of people have been asking me about continuing to do the reviews of the different schools and stuff. Well, first of all, I'm not personally reviewing them. They're just me summarizing the reviews from other students that I heard about. And that also took quite a bit of time. And I know that a lot of you really want to see more of that. So that's something that I'd love to do in the future. Now, I not only want to do reviews of students, but I'd also love to go into schools to do in-depth tours of the schools, to look at all the planes inside and out, look at the school, the facilities, so that, especially, I know that a lot of you are international students as well. I'm really happy to be able to help all of you and help you find the right flight school for you and make sure you get to the right place. And I know a lot of you have also been asking me to go outside of Vancouver, so to places like Winnipeg, to Ontario, to Ottawa. Some people have even asked about like Nova Scotia and some other far eastern provinces. And I think that'd be a lot of fun to do. At the moment, I don't have a lot of time to do that because of my daily flights. However, after I finish my private pilot's license and I'm able to fly places, something I'd really like to do is maybe rent a plane and make some flights around Canada and go into the schools and meet students from different schools across Canada. And that's something I definitely love to do. One thing about that though is I don't have unlimited money. I've been saving up my money for flight training, and so I'm starting to think about how I might be able to put together a system. So for example, YouTube, because I don't have very many subscribers, I don't actually get any money from YouTube or anything like that for views, which is unfortunate. But even if I do, from what I hear from other YouTubers, it's not a very sustainable single source of money. So if I want to actually be able to fly to different parts of Canada, interview students, interview schools, and give you guys the kind of stuff that you want to see, I'm definitely going to have to think of some other system besides YouTube. So I was thinking of possibly next week even starting a Patreon account. So I'll have some different things on Patreon where maybe there will be some different levels that people can support me with. And all of you, I know some of you have already reached out to me saying, oh, we want to support you. Do you have a Patreon? And I didn't have one. So I'm definitely going to make one. And after I set up the Patreon and I kind of create some little programs there, I'm going to be using that to fund future video opportunities. So for example, to go and do more reviews across Canada, to go to more schools. And I think that'd be really cool because that means that all of us together as a community here, we can make this community even better and have these really great videos and resources. And anyone who wants to support me, they can. And that would be absolutely wonderful because like I said, flying every single day and doing all the stuff that I'm doing means that I don't really have any options for revenue right now and things to keep me going if I want to go out and do these special reviews. And there's other stuff I want to do as well. So in the future, I really want to be able to go out and maybe explore other things. Like some people asked about accommodation for pilots at certain schools. And so there are schools that have accommodation, and then what are some other options for accommodation in Canada? These are things that I can find out if I can get some kind of financial support to go out and produce these kinds of videos. All of that being said, I think there's a lot of potential here to do some really cool stuff. Maybe in the future, we could even get an airplane to make it cheaper for me to fly around or something like that. If I can sort out a system and get all of this going, then we'll be able to do some really cool stuff in the future, which again includes being able to continue with the school review series, as well as continuing to follow along with how I'm doing in my own flying. All in all, things look really good, and I'm always so grateful for everyone's support. So thank you so much, all of you, for always reaching out to me and giving me encouraging messages and talking with me about things. And I'm very happy to know that some of the things that I'm doing are helping some people in the community. And I just hope that I can just continue to make the aviation community into a great place that's inclusive, that is a great place for everyone. One additional note, and this is something, maybe I'll do another video on it another time, but there were some recent studies by the government in Canada about how in Canada, even before the pandemic, we had a giant pilot shortage. We also have a flight instructor shortage. And of course, that's not a good thing for us. We want to be able to sustain the Canadian flight and aviation industry. And for that, they're currently talking about a whole bunch of things, including, and they're talking about it, they haven't done anything yet, so just take this with a grain of salt. I can maybe link the research that I'm talking about, maybe in the description below. But in any case, you can see this document, and they talk about how in the future they're thinking about making some debt forgiveness programs for pilots. It means if you take a loan out from the bank and you do your pilot training, you will be able to get a lot of the money back or pay off part of your loan, which will be really cool. And in addition to that, they're talking about making it easier for foreign international students. And in addition to that, they're talking about making it easier for international students to come to Canada and stay as pilots and immigrate here, which is really cool as well. So some different visa options and things like that. So these are all really exciting things, and also reasons why, you know, it's a great place to learn how to fly right now, being here in Canada. You can see here behind me, I'm just at the beach here in Vancouver. It's a beautiful place. We have the mountains. We have really great weather for flying out here. It's not too extreme like it is kind of maybe in central Canada, as Aaron in pilottraining.ca says. Out here, you know, we have the ocean and we have a lot of water that makes the weather very temperate. So it makes it very easy to fly in a lot of cases. Maybe not always, but it's been pretty good to me so far, and it seems like it is a pretty good place because we have a lot of flight schools out here. One last thing I want to talk about before I finish today is we have a study group that some other people made. I'm helping sort of host it on a Discord channel. I'm going to put a link to that study group, and that's for anybody who wants to come out to practice their private pilot's license or commercial pilot's license. We have a bunch of flight instructors in there. We have a whole bunch of students, including myself, and a whole bunch of people who are just daily asking questions, answering questions, discussing stuff on the pilot exams, and it's very helpful. It's been very helpful for me, and I hope for any of you who are starting your ground school, maybe you're doing pilottraining.ca, you can come out, join our little group, and just come chat with us and talk about pilot stuff, and we can prepare for these exams together. All right, I know that was a ton of information. I'm sorry for that whole thing. But in any case, everything is going well, things are looking up, and I'm really looking forward to continuing on with this channel and continuing to meet more of you and start to really engage a lot more of the community and do stuff and continue to build this community in the future. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. I hope you're staying healthy and happy. If you're out flying, well, enjoy the beautiful weather here. And thank you, as always, for joining me here on my late departure. I'm always so grateful to have you here with me. And remember, it's never too late. See you next time.